Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm Mel and I make videos about making money online, and I'm also in the mood to start talking about personal finance as well. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you for this quarter, for Q1 of 2023, are a few of my financial goals. These are the main things that I'm aiming for in January, February and March of 2023. So to kick us off then, at number one is the very basic one of making enough money online to cover all of my expenses, all of my outgoings. This is something that I have done before and had been doing for, I think, probably about 2.5 years, mainly from my reselling business, but also from a couple of Etsy shops. And I used to be monetized on YouTube 2 years ago, I think it was, when I used to run this channel as an eBay reselling channel, and all of that combined used to mean that I covered all of my expenses and was continuing to do so, even though I shut down quite a few of those things, until about the summer of last year. So summer of 2022, I ran into some difficulties. I had really poor sales on my vintage jewelry shop, and just everything that I had shut down, it suddenly started to notice that I wasn't making enough money. In fact, I made a video, my kind of, I'm going to call it a comeback video, was all about how my online income had just massively dipped, and I'd had a month where it was a complete disaster. So what I've been working on over the last 3 or 4 months, I would say, is just bringing everything back up to a level whereby everything I make online covers everything. I don't have to take money out of savings. I don't have to top things up. I haven't got to go out and get a part-time job or a full-time job. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. It's definitely something that I considered very seriously for a good few weeks there, until I realised that I was kind of able to get things to kind of pick up enough. So although this sounds like a fairly basic goal, it's a really important one for me. So in January, February and March of this year, I want to make sure that all of my online income is robust enough and consistent enough that it covers all of my outgoings, all of my expenses. So the contribution that I make to the sort of joint household bills and expenses, and then also my personal expenses, for example, things like paying for my mobile phone every month. My second goal, that is also income related, is I am determined to get remonetized on YouTube. Like I said before, my channel was monetized. I then took a massive break and I deleted all my videos. I decided that I didn't really want to do it anymore. I didn't like what I was talking about, stopped all of that. And once you lose that 4,000 watch hours a year that they expect you to have as part of the monetization program, your channel gets demonetized. You get kind of switched off from that. So what I've been sort of very gradually doing is building up that watch time. Of course, I've still got like loads of subscriber numbers, not actual subscribers who are watching my channel. They're kind of, I think of them almost as like dead subscribers, because they're not people who are actively watching my channel anymore. But it's still helpful to have them there because I haven't had to go back from scratch and build up that first 1,000 subscribers. But I have had to work on the watch time, and I got really close to hitting that 4,000 watch hours actually just before Christmas. But some stuff happened in my personal life that I mentioned in, I think, my last vlog. So have a look at my vlogs, see what the last one is, have a little watch of that, and you'll find out a bit more about my life, basically. So some stuff happened and I really needed to dedicate myself to someone who was poorly, and also to the business that was bringing in the most income at that time, which was my reselling business. But we are so close. We're on about, I think it's about 3,600 watch hours, and I tend to get about 150 watch hours minimum on every video. So probably 1 or 2 videos is going to be enough to cross that threshold, and then hopefully the actual process of application will go through really quickly. Sometimes there can be delays. Last time for me it happened really quickly. It happened within about 48 hours. So the financial goal then is to make £50 per month from YouTube. So £50 per month is going to be, I'd say, maybe $65-ish, something in that range. So about $65 every single month well, for February and March of Q1. That's the goal, that's what I want to get. And I'll be going through a process of working out what type of videos are bringing in the most money, what kind of things to make in the future, how many videos I need to release a month to achieve that goal. So £50 a month in February and in March, $65 February and March. That's the goal. And then another income related goal is in at number 3, and that is to really get that KDP income. So Amazon KDP, where I'm publishing notebooks and colouring books and scrapbook paper books and just quite a wide range of things I'm experimenting with, is to bring that income up to £100 a month as well. And I'm getting really close to that. I won't reveal exactly what's happened in January, but to say I'm getting really close to that. And January is, you know, it's a non-quarter 4 month, and also I don't have much in the way of like new year planners and things that would specifically appeal in January. So it feels like a relatively standard month, and it's so close. And I know that if I just, you know, dig in, publish a few more books, and probably do some work on the ones that are already there, look at A+ content and some other things related to KDP. I want to start advertising on Pinterest and just things like that. I'm sure if I do a good solid few sessions work on it, then I can get that to £100 a month. And so £100 a month, again, it's probably going to be somewhere along the lines of maybe $125, $130 per month. That's the target. And I want to get there by the end of March. So I don't mind if February is a little bit under, it's also a slightly shorter month, but I really, really want in March to have hit that £100, $130 a month mark on KDP. Now, my other 2 financial goals are much more to do with not so much making money, but about saving and investing money. No, saving money at the moment, not so much investing. So one of the things that I want to do is replenish an emergency savings pot that I have. And it only ever had £1,000 in it. So again, probably about $1,300 or thereabouts. And that pot was literally just there for emergencies. I barely ever needed to touch it. And then last year I used the money on something medical. I actually had a small operation and went private for it. So we have a really great public healthcare system in the UK where everything is free at the point of delivery. But the thing that I had done is something that had a really long waiting list, and is sort of something that they're kind of pushing out of the National Health Service, and it is more of a private procedure. So I kind of paid for that out of the emergency funds, and I think there were a couple of other things as well over last summer, and here this is where the alert goes off. This is where it becomes problematic. These things occurred at the point that my income dipped right down. So I think, and I need to double check this, that'll be one of the first things I do, is work out exactly what I need to repay. But I think I've got to repay at least £600 to myself into that emergency savings account. I mean, thank goodness I had it, because it gave me some options and I was able to move forward with some things a lot faster than I would have done otherwise. But I do want to put that money back in case I ever need it again in the future. So the fact that I'm starting to sort out my income means that I will have hopefully a bit extra every month now. And one of the things that I want to do is by the end of Q1 is to have a £50 a month standing order set up to, or like a bank transfer set up to go back into that emergency savings pot, so I can build it back up to £1,000, about $1,300 for, yeah, just in case I need things. I should also say, in case you're kind of worried that that's not enough money, we have a joint account, myself and my partner, that has emergency funds in it for things that go wrong with the house. This is more just like a little personal one for just those kind of rare things that crop up every now and again. Just to reassure you, in case you're thinking, that's not enough money to have set aside. I know, it's just this one specific little emergency pot. So yes, so £50 a month. So that, again, that's probably going to be around $60 to $65 every month. Get that set up so that I can start repaying myself, and then hopefully as my income increases I can increase that payment every month and get that paid back, you know, within 6 months would be fantastic. And then my final financial goal is, again, like related to this, is it's related to a savings account, and it's a UK specific savings account. It's called a LISA, which is a lifetime individual savings account, and it's a savings account that has a tax-free wrapper, and you can pay into it. So you have to have opened it by the time you're 40. You can pay into it up to the age of 50, and you get a government match in terms of the money that you are paying into it. And because of kind of everything that happened last summer, I had to pull right down the amount that I was paying into it. I pulled it right down to £15. So £15 is probably, I don't know, maybe $18 to $20. So I kind of pulled it right down because I didn't want to like lose the habit of putting money into it. I just knew that at that period of time I couldn't afford to pay what I had been paying into it before. So one of the things I want to do by the end of Q1 is to simply increase it by £5, to just, you know, move that up to £20, and then hopefully in Q2 I'll be back on here saying actually I'm ready to move it up to £25 or £30, so that hopefully by the time I get to the end of the year, not only is my income increasing, but I'll have paid back that savings amount that I was talking about, and I will have, you know, massively increased the amount that's going into this like tax-free savings account. And that's really it for Q1. It's very much just kind of rebuilding my like day-to-day finances, if you like, my kind of everyday stuff, and getting on a kind of really firm footing again, really stable footing and consistent footing with my income. So wish me luck. And if you want to see how I go, then tune in. What are we talking? It's probably going to be the end of March, beginning of April, where I'll report back on how I've done with these financial goals, and I'll be setting the goals for Q2 at that point as well. So let me know in the comments if you have any financial goals for January, February and March, and also let me know if there's anything that I've said that has been useful or interesting to you, and whether you'll be coming back again in a couple of months' time just to see how well I have done with them. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.